I'm sorry, kiddo, I really am. You have a good soul. And I hate giving good people bad news.
I'm Tony, he's Mike, and today we're not in the Brunoverse, but we're in the neighborhood.
We're like right down the street. You can stop in and knock on the door and ask for a cup of sugar or some shit.
That's more accurate than you know. We are doing 1983's Hercules.
From the depths of space comes the strongest man on Earth, Hercules. The incredible Lou Ferrigno in a battle with unearthly creatures. Hercules, the superhuman hero. Hercules, facing love. Hercules, the all-new adventure. Hercules, a mythic flight of the imagination. Hercules, the legend comes alive. The incredible Lou Ferrigno is Hercules.
Starring Lou Ferrigno. This
and Sybil Danning.
and Sybil Danning, yes.
Who's also in the seven magnificent gladiators.
Which was filmed right before this.
Oh, really?
Literally, Lou Ferrigno was over
I'm
in
not
Italy.
surprised.
He did the Seven Magnificent Gladiators, and when then that one wrapped, he immediately went to this. And
So I guess it's like a package deal with like him and Sybil Danning. I guess were they like hired out to like studios?
yes, and they hated each other. As
Oh.
a matter of fact, there's a great story where Sybil Danning was originally written to be the love interest in this film, and then Lou Ferrigno was all like, I don't like her very much, and Sybil Danning's very, very verbal about it. So she was rewritten as the villain,
Okay.
and that's apparently Sybil Danning has just never forgiven Lou Ferrigno.
Well, I mean,
for
she
that.
did get replaced by Ingrid Anderson, who is incredibly hot, and then also got to spend time on screen with Mirella D'Angelo, who was in Caligula. I had to look that shit up. I was like, oh wow, yeah, that's straight porn.
It was Larry Flint film, wasn't it? The Caligula movie?
I didn't get into details.
So-
I just saw the. I looked up images, and right off the bat is her going down on a dude.
Yeah. If I recall correctly, the whole thing was that they wanted to do a serious film, but they wanted it to be like full on, like, you know, as based on history as possible. So it was full of
So
debauchery.
it's historically accurate.
But it's the one with Roddy McDowell, right?
I don't like that deep
anyway,
into it.
yeah,
It
but-
doesn't matter.
And
We're talking about f***ing Hercules,
Yes, we are
damn it.
Hercules.
talking about Hercules, but okay, I'm fascinated by these films, but this film is a straight up fever dream. This is what happens when you have a guy that just saw Clash of the Titans and he's smoking some crack and then he like finds the Transformers in the toy aisle. And
Was the Transformers out in '83?
yeah, I think, no, maybe not. I don't know. You know what? He was completely infatuated with Bubo then.
Yeah, there you go.
Because
There you go.
because
he did love his mechanical beast.
he did, and the
Well, here, let's just really quickly. Okay, so it starts off, you know, as Hercules, your typical, you know, mythology film, but then like quickly turns on a dime and becomes part sci-fi fantasy because the evil
King Minos.
yeah. Wants to rule the world, eventually wants to overtake the gods and stuff like that, but he's got to do them a favor first.
Yes.
But instead of using the gods for favors, he uses this other lady.
Daedalus, I need your help.
When you ask me to help, it means you want to serve the gods. One day, Minos, you will have to choose between the gods and science.
Science!
name
And she's
is.
one of the goddesses, but you know, he is all about science.
You know me. I'm dedicated to science.
And she blinded him with science.
So rather than having like real mythological beasts, she has these robot-y contraptions. What the hell was the first one supposed to be? Was it supposed to be a bumblebee or what?
Yeah, some type of insect.
It was a moth or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was sitting there literally going, what the hell is that supposed to be? Because it didn't look like a beetle.
A moth is probably pretty close.
I got nothing. Then the only one that you can recognize is the Hydra, and it looks like it was made with an erector set.
So anyways, Hercules' adopted parents die because of one of the mechanical beasts.
Hercules! Your mother is in danger! Come! What? Mother!
Hercules.
Mother, tell me what happened, please.
And so naturally, Hercules has got to get revenge. Along the way, he meets Cassiopeia. They fall in love after he gives a good douching to the stables. And then
He invented plumbing. He was the first man to use controlled water to pump the shit out of a building. So kudos to you, Hercules. Job well done, sir. We appreciate it.
So anyways, what's her face? Sybil Danning shows up immediately afterwards and kidnaps Cassiopeia.
Yeah.
After Zeus strikes him down for reasons.
Sure.
Whatever.
He's Zeus.
He'll be fine. They'll throw him in the ocean. He'll be fine. He'll swim his way back to shore.
If he isn't dead, he will be soon.
Don't underestimate him. He knows how to take care of himself.
He can explain himself.
And then he meets Cersei, and then they go fight the king, and the day is saved. And
And a lot of shit happens in this movie, but
Yeah.
I can't tell you that any of it makes sense.
no, it's a series of little mini adventures on the way to the main adventure.
It is side quest the movie.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
I've got to say this. One of my this movie is I don't know if it's intentionally hilarious or unintentionally hilarious, but it's hilarious anyway you would have cut it.
It
and
is.
when Lou Ferrigno punches the bear into space. I literally was sitting there and that happened and I'm like, I just saw that. I just really saw that. And that's why we have Ursa Major, the constellation of the bear, because Hercules punched the bear that killed his dad into space.
That's so funny. Here's the funny thing: is they had to rip that off from
It was Clash of the
Beastmaster.
Actually,
No, they stole it from Beastmaster. Beastmaster came out a year before this.
Oh yeah,
Because remember the dude died by getting mauled by a bear.
Yes. Well, yes. There was the dude that got attacked by the bear, but like the end of Clash of the Titans, they were all immortalized in the stars. And I'm also going to say that Zeus in this film is right on par with the Mad King from the Seven Magnificent Gladiators. That it looks like they took a lady's wig and tried to fashion it into a beard, and it is magnificent. And then you have Hera and then one of the other goddesses, and they're all very platinum blonde and strange looking.
Yeah,
It's very
yeah.
bizarre looking. But I also love the fact that apparently Mount Olympus looks like Jesus in a bathtub.
Yeah, it's very funny because a lot of the characters, especially like the gods and the wizards and all that shit, look like Nietzsche Roche. You know, that sci-fi kind of get up, but yet they're not as interesting as Nietzsche Roche.
It's against nature for a mother to want to see her son dead.
You are no longer my son. Why did you come back? What do you want here?
Revenge.
Nietzsche Roche chews up cereal like nobody's fucking business. And while he has some good, interesting characters in here, they're not quite at that level.
No, but Lou Ferrigno is such a bad actor that he all of his dialogue is dubbed over, and actually,
well, I mean, it's dubbed over because he's got a speech impediment because he's fucking deaf.
He was voiced over by Mark Smith, but what's
Did he also do? Because he also sounds the same guy that was in Magnificent Gladiators.
It's quite possible it's the same guy. They're a winning pair. They just
it was well done overdub. I thought it looked pretty well.
It actually was.
Because I know that it was overdub. I think people don't recognize that or didn't know that.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't notice.
I was going to say, unless you've actually heard Lou Ferrigno speak, you
yeah,
probably
you
never would have assumed it. But the other thing is that this is Italian cinema, and they dub over everybody anyway.
Yeah, this is true.
So
it doesn't matter. No matter how good your singer speaking voice is. Yeah.
Now, I will also say this. This film is just crazy ambitious. It has stop motion animation,
Yes.
it has makeup, it has puppets, it has miniature sets, it has matte paintings everywhere. The budget for this film was $6 million.
They achieved a lot for that $6
They
million.
really, really did.
Now they didn't knock out the park and all of it.
No.
But you know,
they
anyway.
did make money though. This movie made $11 million at the box office.
What was the budget?
$6 million.
Well, I mean, theoretically, you're correct, but we know that to market a film is almost.
There was no marketing to this, but there was posters printed like Kinko's. There was no like, come see the movie event of the year, Lou Ferrigno, the Incredible Hulk in Hercules. No.
The incredible Lou Ferrigno is Hercules.
I was going to say this was all, and that's legit box office. That's not including sales on VHS or to cable TV or anything like that. So all things considered,
I mean,
for
it's
this
a
film,
minor success.
It was a minor success, successful enough that 2 years later they brought Lou Ferrigno back to do The Adventures of Hercules.
There's that.
So
there is that.
yeah.
Now, so the good of this movie is, while it's batshit insane, the cheesy special effects, the costumes, all that stuff make this thing like super charming.
Yes.
I mean, it's not a good movie, but it's fun. It's laugh out loud fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed myself watching this. Did I enjoy this as much as the Seven Magnificent Gladiators? Not quite as much, but again, Nietzsche Roche. I mean, it's a chef's kiss of villain.
I cannot be destroyed by your ordinary mortal hands because I am everlasting. And maybe someday you will become the blood of my blood.
It's Bruno. It's the Bruno effect. Bruno is incompetent, but amazingly so. He's an incompetent filmmaker in the best way imaginable. This was actually like done by a guy that had a vision, had a script. Yeah. He knew where he was going, because you can't do all these different kinds of effect shots if you are not a knowledgeable director. You have to know what you're doing. And some of the effects are surprisingly charming. They're actually surprisingly well done. There's a lot of stuff.
The one where he separates the continents was actually pretty well done. But the only thing that sucks about this is it's undercut by a man in an obvious bear suit. You know, we had that thing going on. So for like every good special effects shot, there's an equally shitty one to like counter it, which sucks. I mean, it does, because this could have been like a legit good entertaining film.
No, I don't know about that. I'm just going to say this movie was designed to be a Saturday matinee film. This is designed as a film that you can drop your 13-year-old or 14-year-old, boy off at and just go watch the movie. I'll pick you up in a couple hours, and they would be thoroughly entertained, because it's just He-Man enough to actually do that. And then on top of it all, He-Man came after this. Right
about the same time. I think He-Man's probably right about 83.
Yeah, so I mean, parts of it like definitely had that Eternia vibe. It's fantasy with science fiction elements thrown into it.
That is a great comparison.
So I totally get it. I'm also going to say that like it's very obvious that they ripped off some Conan, because he's got his own family Wheel of Pain in the front yard.
It's much smaller.
It is. But it really works out his delts and his quads. So I'm just gonna say I unashamedly love this movie. I was having so much fun with this film. And here's the thing. I knew that we were watching a Hercules film, that we were going to do a review on this. And so I went on Amazon and typed in Hercules, Lou Ferrigno, and it pulled up The Adventures of Hercules. And I'm like about halfway through that movie and I go, hey, wait a minute, is this a sequel? And turns out, yes, I was watching the second one. So then I had to finish that one because I couldn't stop. I was already there. And then go back and rewatch this one.
So here's a question then. Is it worth doing?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh, hell yeah.
Then don't spoil a damn thing.
No, I won't. I will say that it takes everything that is fun about this film and it cranks it up even higher.
Oh, great.
And they obviously had a little bit more money to spend, but I'm not going to tell you that they spent it well. But it's immensely watchable. These are not good movies, but man, they're entertaining as all hell.
Okay, there's three cents for me in this movie. One, it feels longer than what it really is. It does kind of drag in spots, and the side quests kind of like get monotonous after a while. There's only so many side quests you can do. Two, while the villains are good, again, like I said, they're not as good as Nietzsche Roche. Three, you don't see Sybil Danning nude. You don't see Ingrid Anderson nude, and you don't get to see Mirella D'Angelo nude. I mean, come on! I'm
just gonna say.
What's with Italian cinema? And there's no nudity in these movies. We have 3 women that do nudity in their movies that are actually known for doing nudity in their movies.
It was a PG. This is the PG cut of the film. There's probably a rated R cut of this film. I'm sure that I don't know. Now
I'm sure the Italians got it. We got over here.
I'm gonna say there's probably a European Blu-ray of this in full high def and full. It's the director's cut. And I'm just going to tell you that if it exists, I shall own it. Because I will say this. Every woman in this movie is hotter than the last one.
Yeah.
There is not a dud in the... Even the crony-looking old lady turns into a hottie.
This is a lot of fun. If you like trash movies, absolutely watch this. You'll have a blast with it. Even if you don't like trash movies, watch it anyway, just to see, because this is a gateway trash movie.
Oh yeah.
If ever there was one, like if you think you don't like trash cinema, try this and see if it works for you.
All right, here's my last thought. Lou Ferrigno is jacked to the nines in this film.
Is. Holy crap.
He actually said that he did like a 12-week training routine, and that he was actually in the best shape of his career for this film. He was even in better shape than when he was competing in the Olympia against Arnold. And he, like, seriously, there's veins on his legs, veins on his shins.
No, he looks like a great fucking guy.
Yes, yeah. He, from a physical standpoint, man, he nails it.
Yeah.
So kudos for that one. But yeah, so I mean, there was some prep time that was put into this. It wasn't like Bruno, like, yeah, show up on Monday, we start film. We make a movie. Come on. The other thing is, the soundtrack is a lot of fun on this one. It's a little cheesy. Parts of it sound like it was played by your little brother on a Casio. But in the best way possible. Your brother's got some ability. It was that gateway to piano lessons that he needed. So yeah, no, I mean, I really did adore, like, a lot of this film. There was, like, I would happily watch this one again, so much so that I watched 2 of them back to back. I think that's all you need to know. I was sold. I was bought completely in. I own my plot in Lou Ferrignoville.
And then know this: we will be doing the Adventures of Hercules. It's coming. So,
there you go.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all I've got. I'm just so fucking happy right now.
I'm happily finally got to watch a good movie this month, or it's just a good movie, but one I actually enjoyed. So
there you go.
Yeah.
So
we'll see
will
you
catch next time.
I promise you, the next time I call on you will be for the final showdown. Not science in service of the gods, but science to eliminate the gods.
She blinded me with science.